guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, as requested, I'm gonna share a tour of my office. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I moved to Hoboken, New Jersey back in March, and I moved in with my boyfriend, and I was super excited to live with him and to explore Hoboken. But one of the things I was looking forward to the most was being able to get a 2-bedroom apartment. When I lived in New York City, I lived in a true 1-bedroom, so I had a 1-bedroom, a little living room, a teeny tiny kitchen, and then a little bathroom. And then when I moved to Connecticut, I lived in a 1-bedroom with a den. And I thought the den was gonna be this amazing spot to be able to work, and I'd set up like a little office there. And then when I actually was living there, I realized it got absolutely zero natural light, and it was kind of this dead space in my apartment, and ended up being one of the most uninspiring places I could possibly work in my apartment. So I rarely worked there. Instead, I worked either on my coffee table, which was horrible for my posture, or at the kitchen table, which isn't as fun as working at a desk. So when we moved to Hoboken, we started looking at 2-bedroom apartments, and since I work from home and was gonna be living with someone else, it was really important for me to be able to have a dedicated office space. I didn't wanna have just like a desk floating in the bedroom or a desk floating in the living room. I wanted to be able to have a space where I could take phone calls, close the door, kind of set up the area and treat it as a true home office. And I am totally obsessed with how this has turned out. Because this is a 1-year rental, I didn't want to take a ton of my energy or money putting a lot into the rest of the apartment, but I did have a lot of stuff for the office, and so I've kind of really focused my energy on decorating this space, and I'm really obsessed with how it turned out, and it gets amazing natural light in the morning, not so much in the evening, but I make do by setting up a ton of lights. For this tour, I have definitely cleaned my apartment. Usually there's a little bit more clutter here and there, but for the most part, this is what it looks like. It's not super staged or anything. So you're gonna see computer cords and the random lights I have, but you know what? It gets the job done, and I can't wait for you guys to see. Okay, obviously this is a home office, and the most important part of that, and kind of the feature piece or the hero piece, is this amazing desk. I actually bought this desk when I moved into my Connecticut apartment for that office that I thought it was going to be this perfect space, and it worked perfectly in this space as well. Obviously you can tell that there's like a little bit of a bay effect with the windows, and the desk I wanted to be able to like float here. I love being able to sit here with my laptop and the big monitor and just really focus and get all my energy, you know, in one nice space. And what's really great about being by the windows is as the sun rises in the morning, it just really feels bright and happy and gives me that focus that I really need to get all my work done in a efficient manner. One fun thing I like about how big the desk is that I have like space to decorate it, and I kind of kept things simple because I tend to spread out as I'm working. So I'll have like notebooks open, my laptop open, my keyboard for this guy. So I kept the tchotchkes kind of on the minimum, but I still love like my little bookend and my books, a couple of organizational things, and then just some fun stuff over here. One of my favorite parts about the office is being able to put this linen pinboard up. I got this from Pottery Barn Teen and cannot recommend it enough. It is super heavy, so if you do get it, make sure you have a second person to help you hang it. I hung it by myself and was dripping with sweat from just holding it up on my own. But I love just having this right by my desk, so while I'm working, I can kind of glance over and just be inspired by some of my favorite things, and I just love how colorful it is, and it's just a really fun way to decorate. Obviously, you don't need something fancy like this. You could just get a regular corkboard at an office supply store, but I just thought the gold detailing on this with the linen was a really pretty touch. And I have my printer, my steamer, the internet router, a little gate for the dogs so I can use it outside, but I bring it inside, and a dog bed, obviously, so that the dogs can sit by me while I work. And then one thing that I implemented in this space that I wasn't able to do in any of my old apartments is to have a clothing rack. And as a fashion blogger, it has truly transformed how I'm able to get ready for shoots. And it also kind of serves as inspiration, like while I'm sitting at my desk, I can look over at the clothing rack and be inspired by what colors I'm feeling at the moment. So I kind of use this as a receiving message center of all the packages that I get, so I know like what new clothes I have, what things I've ordered, what things I want to shoot, what things I have to shoot. And I try to keep like some of my most worn accessories out here too, so as I'm putting together outfits, it's an easy thing to grab. This thing was like $20 from Target, and it might have been my best purchase of the year. I cannot tell you how much this has transformed my workflow, but I just like love seeing everything hung up, and yeah, it's been really fun. So on this wall, which is opposite of the pinboard, I have more of my gallery wall prints, and these I've just collected over the years. I actually have a highlighted story on my Instagram page that you can go check out to see like where everything is from. I did that one, and then some of the other ones are by my favorite artists or just things that I found and collected over the years. And one thing about my office and really the apartment on a whole is that I've had to get pretty creative in terms of storage. There is not a lot of closet space in the apartment, and so we have a lot of stuff and not a lot of space to put it. I might have to do like a whole video on different ways I've been creative with my organizing, so let me know if that's something you want to see. But this is one of the things I recently purchased maybe a few months ago, and it's really made the clutter that had been here before a lot more organized and manageable. I have zero organization and space in my bathroom, and so I had all these products that I like to use but maybe don't use on an everyday basis, and it had just like collected everywhere throughout my bedroom and my office and like on the counter of my bathroom. It was driving me crazy. I bought this little rolling shelf and bought these baskets. They're all from Home Goods, and really this could be used for like office supplies, but because I don't have any space in my bathroom, I'm currently using it for different toiletries, my like extra curling irons, all my sunscreen, some more makeup that I use on special occasions. But I love being able to like push this out of the way if I need more space or if I need to bring it with me someplace by the mirror to do my makeup or whatever's going on. This has definitely been a great game changer for that. I get a ton of packages filled with all sorts of makeup products and goodies, and I cannot possibly use all of them because I'm only one person. So one thing that I do in my office is I have this little box here that I call the Taylor box because I named it after one of my friends who loves Lily. And I just collect all the beauty products and makeup stuff that I'm not gonna use, but I know my friends will like. So when they come over to the apartment to watch TV with me, we typically dump the box out onto the floor and everyone can go home with some goodies, and it's always so much fun. It's like Christmas. I feel a little bit like Oprah, and everyone gets some stuff that they like. So one fun thing about my office space is that it's not just an office. I'm also using this as like a little bit of an entertaining space as well. Back in my parents' house, my sister and I converted our playroom once we were done kind of playing with dolls and, you know, having doll houses and toys sprinkled everywhere. We turned that playroom into what we called the ladies' lounge. So I have been lovingly referring to this as the ladies' lounge 2.0. So 1.0 still exists at my parents' house, and now this is the second iteration of it. So I was really excited to be able to have a space that when like my boyfriend had his friends over, I could hang out here with my girlfriends and we could watch like our girly shows and like Handmaid's Tale and The Bold Type. We watch it in here together. But it's been really fun just to have a space where, you know, I don't just have to work, I can also watch TV and relax. I love decorating with my hats. My straw hat collection serves really well as wall decoration, and I get a ton of questions about how I do it. Actually just hung up with these little teeny tiny nails, and the hat goes right on top of it. So it's super simple, and it's something anyone can really do. I have more hats and I'm considering like adding to it, but for now I'm just keeping the 4 up there. Obviously have more lamps because it does get a little dark in here in the afternoon. This is where I've been keeping like all the books that I still have to read. And then obviously just a TV, and then in the actual media console, which is from Crate & Barrel, I have more books and kind of just storage boxes that I try to keep things organized and contained. One tricky thing about this particular space was figuring out how to work with the narrowness. The office is super, super narrow. Like, it was hard to find furniture that would fit and you could have 2 pieces in. So one thing I really struggled with was finding a couch that would work. Originally, I had wanted to be able to have like a day bed or a couch that had a pull-out, and It was very apparent the minute we moved in that the space was much more narrow than I had remembered when we had toured. So I found this couch. I don't love it for a few reasons, but the legs are not the sturdiest, and my boyfriend had to like flip the couch over and really crank the legs in, and not like totally in love with it. I would not buy it again, but with the carpet it does not move that much. But I love the blue velvet, and so I would get a blue velvet one again. Wouldn't recommend this particular one. But I got a little pillow. These two framed pieces are from a artist that I found on Instagram. Her name is Sarah Fitz. She does these super cute watercolors inspired by New England and Nantucket, and I loved the little Nantucket basket and the hydrangea print. So this side of the office, it's what faces opposite of my desk, is where things get a little dicey. This is probably the least organized, but the part that I use weirdly the most. I obviously in an ideal world would do more with it, but it's a rental and I'm just working with what I have. So I had this little desk for my printer in my last apartment, but because I have zero storage in my bathroom, this is actually where I do my makeup. So I have a bunch of my most used makeup items. This is where I keep like really my everyday makeup right here. So I can use this little mirror to the side. And it's not the perfect setup, but honestly it really gets the job done for like what I need in this space for right now. And yeah, not the cutest, not the fanciest, but it works. And then the closet is really a nightmare. Again, in an ideal world, I would hire like professionals to come in and transform my closet into some fancy Pinterest, Instagram version of a closet. That is not what I'm working with. It's actually not that bad when you look at it, but it is kind of just a little bit of everything because I use this as like a catch-all for every single thing in my life. My closet in the bedroom, while it's spacious for hanging stuff, it's actually made for a man. You could tell that the person who built this apartment was a bachelor, so none of the shelves are long enough for long dresses. I store all my maxi dresses and all my gowns in here. And I had no other place in the entire apartment for my shoes, so I have like my shoe rack in here. This is where all the YouTube lights and YouTube tripods and cameras go in here as well. It's a lot messier and a lot scarier when those are in there, but we're using them for the videos. It looks nice now. I have even more shoes here on the wall of the door, hanging, and then just everything. My ski stuff, winter clothes that are in storage, all my boots, camera equipment, old bedding, pillows, towels, suitcases, luggage. Did I say that? Yeah, it's just a hot mess, but that's the truth of like how the rest of the office looks so nice, is that it's all hidden behind this door. Okay, so that was the grand tour of my office space. I'm actually really proud of how it turned out, and I hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed the tour. Maybe in the next 6 months I'll have the rest of my apartment to show you, but this is so far the only space I have completely done. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button.